Welcome to our July 2020 quarterly market update. How has COVID-19 impacted our local market? Stay tuned and find out. If this video is helpful to you, please like and subscribe. We release new videos every week, so ring that little bell. That way you'll be notified when we do. Okay, Vic, so I think that the big question that's on everyone's mind is now that we've had this crisis, this pandemic, what's going to happen to the housing market?
Well, what has happened to the market is quite remarkable in our local area because real estate is hyper-local and we live in Southwest Florida, a very desirable area, mind you, to live. We thought when all of this began to happen that what was happening as the market slowed was really just a pause button, and that when things opened again there would be pent-up demand and people would be buying houses, and that is exactly what's happened here.
Okay, so pent-up demand, people are going out there buying houses now. What about mortgage rates too? They've really, I think, incentivized buyers to go out and start purchasing.
Absolutely, they're inspired because you can buy more house for the money with the same payment as you can with a higher mortgage rate. And it doesn't take much of an increase to make a big difference.
That's a good point, because right now rates are 3.25% or lower. I've seen them 3.13 or even lower.
Yes.
So with a payment of 3.25%, let's say your payment is around $1,000 a month and you put 20% down, you can buy a $300,000 home or thereabouts. If that goes up 1 point to 4.25%, do you know how much house you can buy then?
How much?
$265,000.
That's a big difference.
That's a big difference. Either that or you have to have a larger payment in order to buy the same home. And prices are increasing. They're level right now, but they're forecast to go up 2-3% over the next year or so. If you're a buyer, you have an opportunity now that you might not have a year from now. If interest rates go up and prices go up. So now I think is a good time to start looking at the market.
And that is what's expected. So.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so buyers are going out, they're buying homes. What evidence have you seen that they're actually doing that in our market?
Yes, in our market, and in particularly just this week, in two of the neighborhoods where we do a lot of business, I was amazed at how many houses were under contract, went sale pending in just the last 3 weeks. Incredible. I've never seen such activity. In fact, in one community, I even joked they must be finding gold under those houses over there because I've never seen so much activity. This is a community where home prices are about $500,000 to $800,000, and people are snapping them up. They're very desirable houses to live in, and it's a lovely neighborhood to live in, and people are looking for lifestyle. Now that we've been home has been everything for the last few months. It's been our home, it's been our office, it's been where we play,
our school,
our gym, our everything. So suddenly people are asking the question, with the houses they are currently in, do I really want to live here? And in many cases the answer is, no, I don't, but I know what I want, so I'm going to go out and buy it now because all conditions are favorable.
That's interesting what you said about this neighborhood and the prices being $600,000 to $800,000.
Yeah.
Because the sweet spot is somewhere around $300,000 to $400,000, $500,000. So even the higher priced homes are moving.
Yes, and in that price range, in another neighborhood that we do a lot of business in nearby, this week it was almost twice as many pending sales as in the higher price community. So just an enormous amount of houses under contract, and that is just proof of what we're saying. So.
And you're talking about houses under contract. They haven't closed yet.
Right.
But that's an important statistic because sales tend to lag behind 30 to 45 days. And that's what we usually look at. And when you look at our market report, which is a a free download that I'll put a link to that in the description, and it's right on the bottom of the screen right now. We tend to look at closed sales because that's really usually the most important statistic. But now we want to be right up to the minute, and the houses that are under contract, it's up 18% in our area over last year at this time.
That's amazing.
It really is.
So Dave, you said that the buyers are out buying homes. Mm-hmm. So is this then a buyer's market or is it a seller's market?
That's a good question. Mm-hmm. Normally we think of a seller's market as being a market in which there are less than 4 months of inventory available. And actually we have about 3.25 months of inventory in our area, which would normally be called a seller's market. And it is technically. 4 to 6 months we say is a balanced market, and more than 6 months we say is a buyer's market.
Right.
What makes this situation unique is those low interest rates.
Yes.
It's kind of a unique synergy that we haven't seen before. We do have a dearth of inventory, but buyers have an opportunity that they don't usually have because of these really low interest rates.
Right.
So they're snatching homes up as fast as they can come on the market. In fact, we're seeing multiple offers on many homes.
Yes, we are.
So, it's a little bit of both. And so I guess if you are a seller, it is a good time to put your home on the market. Right now, while competition is low,
right.
Before everybody realizes this is the time to do it, it's a good time to put your home on the market. But if you're a buyer, it's also a good time to buy because these interest rates aren't going to last forever.
That's right.
And you'll find the home that you like. It just might take a little longer.
Yeah, you will.
Going back to the question for a minute of whether I want to live in this house, whether this is the area I want to live in.
Right.
I think you have a story you want to tell.
I do. Actually, for the last several years, it seems like there was a trend to move into cities. Walkability, we kept hearing that. Smaller places, being able to walk to everything. But what we're seeing during the pandemic and because of the pandemic, actually people are leaving the cities and going to smaller towns and maybe having bigger houses, making choices to be near family, etc. So we have a personal story related to that. Someone that we know very well who was living the dream in New York City in a beautiful apartment overlooking the Hudson. Of course, small apartment because they are. And that was their dream, to live in New York City. But because of the pandemic, those 4 walls got awfully tight, awfully soon. And they found themselves leaving there to move to a small town in another state, near family, to have some room around them and have people around them that they knew, because they were all alone there. So this seems to be a trend now, post-pandemic, moving out and making different decisions of lifestyle.
Okay, there you have our second quarter 2020 market update. We also have a free download which has a lot more information, detailed market statistics for Sarasota and the surrounding areas. Please go there, download it. There's a link right here, also in the description. And until we see you next time, have a great day and stay safe.